here. Senator Corker, let me start with you. How real is the cliff? Can Washington figure out a way in just 51 days to cut trillions from the deficit, or are you going to just get an extension and kick the can down the road?
Well, certainly I hope we don't kick the can down the road. We all know what the issues are, Chris. We've had 2 dry runs already. Nothing has changed. And I hope at least we'll go substantially down the road towards solving the problem. People are conflating the fiscal cliff with fiscal reform. And I know Kent and I and Chris and others, Tom, have been working for a long time on fiscal reform. And what I think we don't need to lose our eye on is the fact that that's what needs to be solved. So I'm hopeful. When I listen to the Speaker, when I listen to the President, I think there's room. I've said from day one, the key to solving this is Medicare reform. If we can agree to Medicare reform, I think the other pieces will fall in place.
So, Senator Corker, you have a draft plan that you've been circulating to a number of members in the Senate. Is there a deal here?
I think there is a deal. Look, the yin and yang of this is we know there has to be revenues. And I think, look, I haven't met a wealthy Republican or Democrat in Tennessee that's not willing to contribute more as long as they know we've solved the problem. So the yin of revenue, we understand, and I think there's a very good pro-growth way of putting that in place so you're actually getting revenues from people like me and other folks that make above X dollars. But what you have to have tied to that is true entitlement reform so that people know we've solved the problem.
Are we going to go over the cliff or not?
No.
But is that because you're just kick it down the road, or because you'll come to a solution in 51 days?
I don't think we're going to go over the cliff. What I think would be a travesty for our country is the reason we don't go over the cliff is we totally kick the can down the road. I mean, look, we know what all the problems are. We've been through 2 dry runs. There's nothing new. Let's make a huge down payment on this problem, and then this is going to take years of work. So look, I'm optimistic.
I am. I know this is confusion here. Do you think that there's the basis for a deal?
I think there's the basis for the deal because I think finally Democrats are willing to accept, and I don't mean this pejoratively, but I think they know that Republicans really are willing to put revenues on the table if we can do it in a pro-growth way, and there's a way of doing that. And you saw the Washington Post editorial this morning laid out $750 billion, an easy way of getting there. So there's a way of getting there on the revenue side. The real question is, can we come to terms on the entitlement side? By the way, when you deal with entitlements, you really don't do anything that deals with the economy in the short term. So it's the very best way. A $27 trillion problem exists right now with Medicare, unfunded liabilities. That's where the focus needs to be. We can get to the appropriate revenue mix if we do that.